We can all be victims of the moment, but I don't think any statement could be more true than what we did during the preseason with Ja'Marr Chase. But even taking a step further, not only did a lot of people overreact to this, but it was already fitting in another filter or narrative we had after the draft. Joe Burrow goes down with a season-ending injury after getting abused and beat up all season, leading them to the 5th overall pick in the draft, and they passed on talents like Penei Sewell and Rashawn Slater at the tackle position and selected Ja'Marr Chase. I was on the record the day after the draft acknowledging why this was skeptical, but I didn't bury the Bengals like everyone else did. I saw the thought process and the chemistry that Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr had, and as much as I stress building the O-line over anything else, I see the potential game-changing impact a number one receiver has, like a Stephon Diggs on the Bills. I also talked about the comparison between Justin Jefferson and Ja'Marr and their long-term success, and where I didn't think he would have the historic season that Justin did in his rookie year, I wanted to bet on the better quarterback and receiver duo in Burrow and Ja'Marr, just like I'd take D-Hop and Kyler Murray over D-Hop and someone like Ryan Fitzpatrick. And then it led to the preseason, and then this happened. Drop after drop after drop after drop. I got so many comments saying how bad this video aged, and I need to eat my crow and come out with another video saying how wrong I was. But now we're 3 weeks in the NFL season, and Ja'Marr has impressed everyone. So today's video, we got to talk about what happened and what the long-term success and ramifications of this Ja'Marr Chase overall lineman pick looks like, and why he's been having so much success and what happened in the preseason. So first, let's talk about what Ja'Marr has done in the first 3 weeks. He has been targeted 16 times, has 11 completions for 220 yards and 4 touchdowns, which is tied for second most in the entire NFL. So currently he's on pace for 22 touchdowns and over 1,250 yards. Doesn't scream bust to me, but that's a very elementary way of looking at things. You can't just project things like that. Maybe they got lucky. So I want to show you guys some film and show you why I think Ja'Marr is going to continue to be such a game changer for Joe Burrow and this Bengals team. The first play perfectly shows the duality of the situation. It's the money down. It's 3rd and 7 against the Vikings in his first game, and it's man coverage. As soon as the ball is snapped, the protection from the O-line is just terrible. It gets blown up almost as fast as if a free rusher was coming through, but they convert. Why is that? Because Ja'Marr won his one-on-one matchup against Bashaud Breeland, and Joe Burrow trusted him to win it. He had the chemistry with him to throw it with great anticipation and timing, and this is just something that they have because they played together at LSU, and they can make this pitch and catch at 10 p.m. in a dark stadium. So the duality of this play is the argument. Their O-line has a lot of room for improvement, but even with a great new left tackle, does this play still get blown up the middle like it did? It might, but do they convert this first down without a number one receiver like Ja'Marr Chase? Maybe, but probably not. But I know this play was made because of Joe Burrow and Ja'Marr. And why having a guy like Ja'Marr is so impactful is because guys like Davante Adams, Tyreek Hill, and Cooper Kupp, if you get these one-play touchdowns, scoring in the NFL is not easy. But on a play like this where you have a clear advantage on the outside, 6 points never looks so easy. But this is what 4.38 speed can do for a team when you have to also respect their short, crafty route running like you do with Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Davante Adams. And this isn't a fluke. Look what happened against the Steelers. Good matchup. Easy 6 points. And it happened again against the Bears too, and this would have been the 3rd score like this if Joe Burrow didn't wildly overthrow him out of bounds as well. That's 3 touchdowns in 3 plays, and that isn't even what he mainly does. He does have the deep ball ability, but his route running is what really separates him. That is why I've been more concerned with the lack of separation claims coming out of the preseason camp, more so than I was the drops, but we're going to talk about the drops in a second. But what if they put a safety over the top and they don't have this one-on-one matchup? But look at this play and just shows you the trust and chemistry that Burrow and Chase have with each other. Ja'Marr takes an inside release and takes off on a go route. Typically, you want to release to the outside or at least work back out to the outside, so it's harder for the safety to get over the top. But Burrow and Chase, again, have amazing chemistry. Burrow purposely underthrows it and puts it in a spot where he can beat the safety to the spot. If he would have thrown it normally, it would have been broken up or intercepted, but again, we have another touchdown. And now I'm just going to show a few more plays of him winning his matchups or picking up a 3rd down. But what I also want to mention is he's been all over the field and showcased his talent of what we thought he could be, and is now the Bengals' leading wide receiver. And now we need to cover, why did people think he was so bad? Just 2 years ago, he won the award for the best receiver in all of college football over Devontae Smith, over Justin Jefferson, broke all of these records, and was unstoppable at all 3 levels of the route tree. And if the drops, I get it, are super scary. He had another one in the regular season that I didn't show, but look at this play. He simply has to catch this. But we need to take a step back and think, what did he do? Well, he took a full year off, and I don't care if you're practicing, which he wasn't. There was a huge difference between catching a ball against air and then in an NFL game. Think about a basketball reference, like shooting around in a Y and making 8 3-pointers in a row, but then going into a real game and then making it completely different. Why I wasn't so quick to apologize or take back my statements is because I know how good he really is, and I knew he was just going to have to shake off some rust. But now the $1 million question: should they have drafted Jamar or a lineman? And where I stand on this is I think they could have done either. You can get a really good wide receivers in later rounds, and building a solid foundation for an offensive line is very important. But would you take Stephon Diggs or Steelers' Antonio Brown over a lineman? Now that's an argument, and I think a lot of people would say yes on that. And I'm really starting to see that signs that Jamar Chase is certified like that, and I don't think the Bengals would have taken him this high if they didn't think he was going to be that impactful either. He's going to be a third down king. He's going to be a deep threat, double moves, getting jet sweeps. He's going to be a game changer and bust games wide open and keep a lot of drives moving. The more I've seen from him, the more I think they can justify themselves with this pick. I could really see the Bengals construct a team like the Steelers did in the past, with their longtime quarterback and receiver with Joe Burrow and Jamar, and now they just need to stack the offensive line, get their defense through the draft and free agency. And now the Bengals are 2-1, and it's not a fluke. They have looked really good and pretty much just threw away the Chicago game with Joe Burrow throwing 3 very uncharacteristic picks and 3 straight passes, or else they would have been 3-0. In a division with the Ravens and the Browns to the top right now, it's going to be hard for a very long time, but we are starting to see a little beam of light for this Bengals team with this quarterback and wide receiver connection. But do you think this is all legit, or do you think I'm overreacting for not overreacting what happened in the preseason? That was a little confusing, but you guys get my point. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about Jamar Chase so far? Were you one of the people that were saying that he's a bust before he even took a snap in a real meaningful NFL game? If you are, it's totally okay. I was getting so amped in the preseason just because I was so ready for football. I was talking about anything and everything, but now that we've seen it, this is why I didn't take back my statements. And a lot of the people that went back to those videos and commented that I suck and I need to eat my crow and my opinions are terrible, I would just like to shout you out for this video. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going to show clips of the old videos. You guys can check it out if you want to. But thank you guys so much for checking out the channel. Make sure to like this video if you like videos like these. Comment down below what you think about Jamar Chase and the Bengals in general, because they have been interesting this year. But make sure to subscribe if you enjoy daily sports content. I appreciate y'all so much for checking out the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.